So, I'm gonna put my opinion out there, and I know nobody asked for it, and this doesn't even apply to me at all, but it really, really has been bothering me that everything is going up so high. And let's say, for example, somebody was looking for a job at the moment. The employer's requirements are most likely going to be a bachelor's degree or an associate's degree, some kind of college degree, right? To prove you're qualified for this position. Well, they only want to come back and offer you $18 an hour after you've gone through everything, after you put yourself through all this debt, all these years of college, and they just want to offer you $18 an hour, which nowadays isn't even enough to survive. It's just disgusting. It bothers me. It baffles me. It's so wrong.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
Gen Z is living life on hard mode for real. I'm a millennial, but I'm like the last millennial. And in my lifetime, I went from seeing things cost a quarter. Yes, you could go to the store with a quarter and actually buy something. To now, you're not really able to go to the store with a dollar bill to be able to buy anything. I remember a time $1, you could literally get a bag of snacks, a whole bag for $1. I actually seen things not just double or triple, but quadruple in price. And then the crazy thing is, when young people complain about how hard the world is, older people just say, you just gotta work harder. But they didn't have to deal with the financial situation we have to at all. Like their upbringing was night and fucking day. My dad told me how his first apartment was $350, right? My first apartment was $500. Within that time difference from his first apartment to me getting my first apartment was around 20 years, right? Well, my first apartment was in 2014. It's 2024. Now, prices have tripled. That same apartment is not $500 no more. That shit's $1,500. So no, it's not you. I swear, you're not crazy. The world really is this hard. Shit is really that expensive. And on top of that, we're living in a depression that no one's talking about. Our economic times now is just as bad as in the Great Depression. But history will show it.
Growing up, I thought $50,000 a year was enough money for one person. I thought $50K was enough money to have your needs met and have some savings. My goal has always been to just save money so I can start a business. I did not think I needed to choose a degree that made $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 to be able to live and save money. I guess I can understand if you're telling that to kids who are maybe 20 years old, under 20, but for people over 20, when we were choosing our majors, it was a different world. Things have changed so much in 10 years. It's mind-blowing.
What's crazy is how expensive going out has gotten, and the fact that Gen Z is we're just not doing it anymore. We're not doing it because I would say, at least in the city that I'm in, it costs at least $100 to $150 if you want to have a night out with your friends. The average drink where I'm at is $20 to $25 once you put tip in there. So if you're having 4 or 5 drinks, that's well over $100. And then God forbid you're calling an Uber. God forbid you're calling an Uber there and back. I don't know how you're going to financially recover from that. And it's just crazy because the other thing I'm seeing is the pre. I have never pre'd more in my life than these past few months, and that is including when I went to university 6-7 years ago. No one is going out these days unless we're preing at someone's house. It's literally just not happening. I'm not going out unless I'm going to my friend's place, having 99% of the night there, to be honest, and then sneaking out for 1 or 2 cheeky drinks at the end of the night. And you know what the sad part is too? Nowhere is busy. That's the crazy part. It's you go to these places that are charging $20 to $25 a drink. Every single one of my top 10 favorite bars, favorite clubs, favorite restaurants that I've gone to in the city that I'm in the past few months has not been nearly close to jam-packed. Not what I remembered it on like a Tuesday night 5 years ago. And it's just crazy because we keep seeing all these articles about Gen Z being the most sober generation. It has nothing to do with us being good people. I ask any of my friends, we're not going out because we're in relationships. We're not going out because we're getting older. We're just not going out because we don't want to spend $500 and take out a line of credit to go out.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but this generation of young adults has it 10 times worse than us. I have a 24-year-old, and we have started the apartment/home buying process. And baby, I remember my very first apartment was $650 plus electric. That's it. Most application fees was like $20, $25. And all these requirements they got now, like you gotta make 3-4 times the monthly rent. Like, we ain't had to deal with none of that. Back then, they just looked at your pay stub and needed to know that the amount of rent was on your pay stub. So therefore, you can afford it. And don't get it twisted. The way this generation is struggling financially, we had that same struggle. Cost of living was cheap, but we also didn't make no money. When we got our apartments, whatever was at that apartment was free because we paid our rent. Gym, free. Pool, free. Community room, free. Playgrounds, free. This shit crazy. It's crazy.
So last year I got fired from a very toxic work environment that kind of went viral on the internet, and it garnered a lot of love and support, but it also garnered a lot of hate comments, specifically saying that I'm a snowflake, my generation is too soft, I'm too weak-minded, and I'm not going anywhere in the world. Now let me give you a little summary of what the fuck has been going on in the past year since everything happened. That viral video, it paid my fucking rent. A couple of weeks later I got another job just to get some coins in my pocket, but then a couple weeks after that I landed the position that I'm currently in today with my current agency. That current agency has allowed me to speak the fuck up for whatever I want to speak the fuck up about. If there's shit going on at home, if there's shit going on within my personal life, I can literally cry on the internet. They love it. They love my raw, genuine authenticity on this fucking app. There was no way in hell I was going to be able to do that at my toxic work environment. Not only that, I've been able to balance my 9 to 5 alongside of my influencing work, alongside of getting my master's degree all at the same time. So while I was working at my 9 to 5, I was also balancing being a full-time student, getting my master's degree, while also being an influencer full-time, traveling the country, doing all my media shit, while also trying to balance time for family, friends, and myself most importantly. Needless to say, I do not think that I have a weak mind. Needless to say, I do not think that I am a snowflake. I do not think that I am soft. I just think that I know my fucking worth and my value, and I'm not settling for anything less than what I deserve. After I was fired from my toxic work environment, I had so many people from around the world telling me I'm too soft, I'm too weak, I'm not gonna make it in this world, my generation is too soft, and I was lucky enough if I even got a job at Burger King. Let me tell y'all something, I worked at Raising Cane's for 2 years. Oh, I fucking hate that connotation that if you get fired from a work environment, you're automatically the problem. Why is it you? Why are you automatically the problem? Why does society always pinpoint the employee being the problem whenever it has nothing to do with the management, it has nothing to do with the company, it has nothing to do with the higher up? But I stand on the fact that Gen Z knows what the fuck our value is, knows what the fuck our worth is, and we're not gonna settle for anything less. Not in life, not in work, not with our families, not with our friends, fucking nothing. I stand on fucking business with that, and I'm proud of that. And because we know our value and our worth, and we're not gonna settle for anything less, that labels us as being arrogant. So regardless of what anybody thinks, regardless of what society says about you, if you do get fired from a toxic ass work environment, just know that who the fuck cares what everybody thinks? As long as you're the one that's happy paying the bills and whatever means you deem necessary, that's all that fucking matters. Why does anybody else get to say so? The world is already hard on you, so don't be hard on yourself, you know? The world is already gonna come for your neck. You gotta have at least one person in your circle. Now one person has to be yourself. So no, I know my fucking worth.
Just casually sitting here, enjoying my cuppa, and then I fucking start deep in life. Can somebody tell me why the fuck these hoes be getting wifed? And the loyal ones be getting played like there's no tomorrow. Let's deep it. Come on, you know I'm spitting facts as always. These hoes out here be getting wifed, bro. I don't know what it is, but they be getting picked up and wifed. don't get it. And then the loyal ones get dashed. Bro, why are us women loyal to the wrong ones? Why do we do the most to the wrong ones? Why do we do wifey shit to the wrong ones, bro? Can someone explain?
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
I don't think any job can get me rich. I don't even want to be rich. I just want to be You know what's funny? I had just made a video and I was about to post it. I had put it in the drafts, but then after I put it in drafts, I saw this. And I was like, let me redo this video. And when I say this, I'm not agreeing with a damn thing he said. My observation, Generation Z is some lazy motherfuckers. I'm sorry, you are. Most of y'all's idea of living life is wake up at 11 o'clock, smoke some weed, eat some food, try to make your debut as a content creator, take a nap, wake up, smoke some more weed, eat some more food, play the PlayStation, do a little bit more content creator, go to bed. You don't want to apply yourself for shit. You think it's content creator, rapper, or OnlyFans or bust. That nothing else is possible. You can't get a job. You can't get a trade. You can't do shit. That's your life. I see why a lot of the Gen Z females are talking to older men. Because y'all ain't shit. I'm sorry, you're not shit. I mean, y'all have no dreams. I just want to get by. And then when you fail, you want to blame everybody else as to why you're failing. I mean, your millennial parents obviously didn't know what the fuck they were doing when they raised y'all, when they had y'all and raised y'all. Damn. I really feel bad for this new generation and the ones that follow. If this is what they got to look up to, I really. And then what's on top of all of this is the same group that will sit up here and complain about life. This is too much. This is that. This is too hard. No, you just ain't shit, bro. I'm not talking directly about this dude. I'm just saying in general. What happened to y'all dreams? What happened to I want to be this? I want to be successful and do that. I want to be rich. Fuck. Hell, if you know a job's not going to make you rich, then you create the job that's going to make you rich. What happened to that? They made weed legal in all these states, and these motherfuckers just became mumble mouth, brain dead morons. I don't know what else to call it.
So listen, man, I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like the world is breeding an evil generation of children. All the children are committing violence. If you turn on your news every day, you go down your feed, you're not seeing too many adults committing homicides and dying. You're seeing teenagers, strictly teenagers. I just turned on the news in Columbus, Georgia, and another 16-year-old just died. Before then, it was a 15-year-old and a 14-year-old and a 16-year-old and a 15-year-old and a 14-year-old. What's going on, man? It's to the point now where we need to look into what's going on with the parenting. There's no way we have a whole generation of kids who their parents are terrified of. There's no way. That's why you have to catch this stuff early. When you guys are just letting things go by the wayside, oh, they're okay, they don't know any better, he's just a baby. No. That's when you need to catch these things, when they're children, 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, because you don't want them to grow up into teenagers who are going to be reckless like the teenagers we're seeing now. They're literally taking people off the earth. Literally. That's all we're seeing every day is teenage homicides. We need to do something about this. We need to do something now.
He is absolutely right. These kids are bad as hell. Horrible children these days. Oh my goodness. So I was told that a 14-year-old boy stole a car. Not one time, but 2 times. The same car. Stole it, drove it, and crashed it in the same month. 14-year-old boy. I don't know, like, what is wrong with these kids these days. They are out of control. That's crazy. 14-year-old boy stealing a car. Not one time, 2 times.
And talking about raising the retirement age from 67 to the age of 70, right? And how I know for a fact that this year, that our generation is gonna see some type of revolution before we clock out. All right, I had to sit down and tie my hair up, so y'all know it's finna be real. So we got these people that's in office, right? All of them old, right? All of them finna, head on into retirement age. If not, already at retirement age and could leave at any time and be good, right? They done made their money in office. They done did what they was supposed to do and all this extra crap. They done changed all the stuff that they need to change to benefit them when they are in retirement age. These people are about to retire. These people about to retire. So who is this bill? Who is this law going to affect? Who is it going? Who should be worried about this? That them changing the age, the age of retirement from 67 to 70. They say it should only affect. They was like, oh, it should only affect the people that are like 20 something and younger or something like that. Y'all really and truthfully think that millennials plus Gen Z plus all these, the 40s and unders and stuff, y'all really think these people, this group of people is going to allow you, because these people had children and they children are having children. Do you understand what I mean? These type of bills are not affecting the people in office. They affecting us, and this is not the first one, of course, that's not affecting the people that are in office. It's only affecting the people on the ground, that I like to say. That's kind of how I like to put it, the people on the ground. I was saying that, like, y'all just got to follow my stream of consciousness. But y'all saying that Gen Z also is like coming up so like outspoken, and these younger generations coming up so this and so that. I feel like they coming up like that because they know they getting ready to fight. They know I truly feel this. I'm like, why does that generation have so much fight and so much spunk in them? Why do they have that? It can't just be for killing one another. It can't just be for hurting each other and you know what I mean? It can't just be for that. It can't just be for that. So I'm like, all right, cool. What made them come into this earth as rambunctious and as spunky and as we like to say, oh, they out of control, and as out of control as they are. Like, all that other parenting and all that other stuff out the window just for a second, just for this video. Pressure bust pipes. These people are putting a lot of pressure on us right now. A lot of pressure on us, and y'all know what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna go into detail because y'all know how they go. A lot of pressure is being they say pressure bust pipes, right? A lot of pressure is being placed on the collective at this time, on society at this time. A lot of pressure. The only thing that can happen is the pipe gonna bust, right? The pipe is gonna bust. Air conditioner came on, confirmation. The pipe is gonna bust. It's only a question of when it's gonna happen. It's only a question of when, and how far are we gonna let stuff go? How far are we gonna let stuff go before we collectively come together and be like, all right, cool. Like, we really do gotta do something about this. I feel like that's why it's gonna be our generations to definitely. I really do feel like we're gonna be the ones to see it. We're gonna be the ones to see it, and not only are we gonna be the ones to see it, we're gonna be the ones to lead.
I'm not gonna lie, the older I get, bruh, I could understand why older people be so fed up with us, you know what I'm saying? And it's not even to like highlight Gen Z specifically, it's just anybody who's like has a significant age gap between you, like a 5+ year age gap. It's so frustrating to see because you watch them go through the same situations that you went through, but they don't be trying to take no advice. They're stubborn. And like I said, I was the exact same way. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's bothersome, because it's like, bro, like I was you before. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been through what you're going through, and I'm telling you what's going to happen, but you're not trying to hear me out. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're younger, you got this mindset of you know it all. Then it's like you think that all people older than you are just like old and washed up. Or you think that you're like the rarity to the situation that's going on. Like, nah, it ain't gonna happen to me. I don't know about you. You know what I'm saying? But it's triggering, because it's like, bro, I'm telling you what's gonna happen. I'm telling you how this is gonna go, but you're not trying to hear it. So I get it. And especially like now that I'm like 25, watching like people in their 20s, because when you hit 20, bro, you swear that you so grown. Even when you hit 18, you swear that you so grown. But like, bro, once you hit 23, when you 18 and you hit like 22, 23, you gonna look back when you was 18 and be like, dang, like I ain't know nothing. And then when you 23 and you hit like 25, you gonna look back like, dang, I ain't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's hard to watch. I think y'all know what I mean, man. I know y'all experienced this before.
So this is crazy. So I was just doing my laundry for the week, and there were these kids playing in the washroom, and they were kind of just staring at me. And on my way out, one of them said, "Hey bro, how old are you?" And I said, 18. He said, "I thought you were in your 20s. Am I really aging that bad?" But I don't know, maybe they just said that because I was doing chores. At least that's how I'm going to cope. But seriously, I've been seeing this a little too much. Are we really aging bad? We might have to stop talking about millennials at this rate.
I hate being a member of Gen Z and trying to like live my life and become an adult, because I can't even find a job at like a supermarket without it taking literal months of applying to hundreds of jobs. And it's not like I have anyone who I can ask about this. Like, I can't just ask my dad, who got a tech job in the early 2000s and makes $200,000 a year, how I can be successful, because he's so fucking out of touch. Like, he literally didn't even know what a full-time versus part-time is. Like, I had to explain to him what that is. And like, everyone in older generations had it much easier than us. Like, you could survive on minimum wage, maybe. Like, it was achievable to live. It sucks in general. Life sucks, and I hate it, and I needed to express my emotions in a healthy manner. Thank you for listening to my...
I can't be the only person who finds having a boss to be a bit demoralizing. Like, what do you mean I'm a grown-ass woman and I report to someone? No, I don't. The entire hierarchy and concept of workplaces as a whole leaves me stunned every day. Every day I wake up and I act completely brand new, as if I've never experienced this before, as if I've never been to work before. But like, I'm truly like shocked, flabbergasted. The entire concept, the entire structure, jaw on the floor. Because what do you mean I'm a grown woman reporting to another grown woman? Like, what are you saying? What are you saying? Stop. Report to my ass. Thank you.
I think the government's deliberately targeted pubs and run them into the ground, like making everything so expensive, more and more taxes, make pubs all close down to separate us, because the pub was a place we could socialise. The pub is a place where you can go and talk about life, you can talk about politics, you can meet new friends, you know? Like, it was it's a social hub, a community hub that's been taken away and slowly driven into the ground. And now they want to ban smoking outside. They want to do all of these things that just further and further punish for no reason. There's not any reason for it. And the only reason I can see is they don't want us to communicate. They don't want us to be together. They don't want socialising. They don't want you to go and, you know, get a nice girlfriend down the pub, or meet a nice bloke down the pub and, you know, get a bit of work from Dave. You know, they don't want that. They want to separate everybody. So they've made everything more expensive. And now they've got kids that think that the pub is like this awful place. Like, people growing up now, like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Like, they think the pub is lame. You know, they think, oh, why do you want to go and get drunk when you can sit at home on your phone on TikTok all day and play your Xbox? And it's like, really? You've been coerced, you've been brainwashed into thinking that going to the pub and having a good time is bad, but you sitting on your phone all day is like this good thing to do. Like, no, mate. No, you're missing out. The kids are missing out on going out, getting drunk, having fun. Like, I always look back on being 16, going out and getting smashed in the park was a right laugh. And then when we were old enough to get down the pub, it was brilliant. We're down the pub. It doesn't mean you have to get smashed every time, but you go out and you have fun. You meet people. Like, it brought the whole world together, you know? You got to meet older people. Like, all different generations of people were in the pub. You learn stuff. You think about things. You find different situations. You have to get out of difficult situations. Good, you know what I mean? Like, there's all these little lessons that people aren't learning, and it's because the pubs are being punished. I think they need to make the pubs cheaper. They need to make drinks cheaper. They need to make life cheaper and put more money back in our pockets. But they don't want that, because they want us all poor and sad.
So I'm the last generation that knows what the world was like without social media. So you know what that means? I'm going to be an ass when I'm older. Like, I'm going to be a grumpy old lady, bro. I can't wait. I'm going to be telling those kids, we flipped our phone. This is a flip off, but we had a flip phone. Ugh. And you know what your generation don't have? A brain. Because you use AI. What the Like, I'm older Gen Z. Gen Z we might be crazy when we're old, you know? And honestly, it'll add a little spice to the world, whatever.
Everything is scam. Working is scam. Adulting is scam. These dating apps are scam. That's why my generation, Gen Z, we live in day to day. Because we got to put ourselves first. Because the world ain't going to put us first. Shit, dating is scam too. Dating people is a scam too. We focusing on ourselves. We healing our traumas, and we going on vacations. We taking trips. Like, we just focusing on us. We gotta put our beings, our mentalities, us first. We don't know how long we got on this earth left. Like, life expectancy going up or down. I don't know which one, but we gotta enjoy our lives.
I'm so tired of hearing people from my generation talk about, oh, I can't get a job. I've applied at 100 different places. Nobody's called me back. Did you call them? I know. I sound like your parents. I sound like a Gen X. I sound like a boomer. Did you go up there, though? Did you talk to somebody? You don't even have to show up anywhere. Just call them. Hey, I put in an application a couple days ago. I was just curious if somebody looked at that. Because they have so many applicants. You get thrown into a pool of a bottomless pit of people. No, they're not going to look at your application. No, they're not going to fucking call you. Everyone lies on their application. So why the fuck are they going to sit and waste so much fucking time and be like, oh, this person's a good candidate because No. Just take some initiative. If you really want to work and you really want a job and you really want to get fucking paid, it's not that fucking hard. It takes 2 minutes. Wing wing, hello? Like, bro, you don't want it bad enough. You really don't want it bad enough. I've worked at over 30 fucking places, and I have worked jobs that I am nowhere near fucking qualified for just because I had a little bit of fucking personality and drive. You don't want it bad enough, man. You don't. And that's all it is.
The reality of being alive right now is feeling guilty for enjoying my life while the world is literally kind of a shit show, but also not wanting to feel like I'm not enjoying my life because I'm still very young. I'm only 27. I still got shit to do, but it's also like, fuck, I need to get out in the world and go fix some shit. And I need to help people, but it's also like, I can't go help people because I'm young. I don't know what to do. All I did was go to dinner, and I feel so bad about that. I don't know. It's hard to like live in this world where you see so many things. I hate that I fucking think too much. I hate being a fucking thinker. But like, it's hard to be aware of things and be aware of how all of this shit is fake. But then go outside and enjoy my life and enjoy my time and enjoy being here. But it's like, is this enjoyable? Or am I kidding myself? But like, I'm not kidding myself. But there are some people who cannot enjoy life. But it's like, I need to because I only get one of these motherfuckers. And it's not my responsibility to fix everything. But also, is it not my responsibility? Is it not all of our responsibility? That's how I feel every single day.
Ever-changing world that we're living in, and the Gen Zers and younger generations don't feel like they're being listened to.
So while the video popped up, I've been having this conversation with my Gen Z kid about what's the point of living. And usually I'm able to say, you know, like going out and having fun or building a career or doing what you love, creating art. But it's getting increasingly harder to convince and have these conversations because my kid is extremely smart, says, well, there's going to be no social security for me. I'll go bankrupt if I go to college. I can't afford rent. There's no jobs hiring. Like, there's no way of living in this hellscape. And we have long conversations about this. Like, what is the point of living? Like, this isn't normal. It's not normal to have a conversation with your kid about what's the point of living. And when a lot of the points they raise about not being able to afford to live out on their own, not being able to get jobs that actually pay enough to pay your food and rent and everything, or going to college and getting in crazy amount of debt and then getting a job that isn't going to be able to pay for your student loans. Like, this isn't normal. So it's insane. And basically we've gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, you know, the best point of living is you're in the end part of the movie where everything comes collapsing down. You get to watch the rise of AI take over everyone's jobs. You get to possibly see World War III. You could see the destruction of capitalism. It's basically you get to watch part 3 of this movie series of the end of capitalism, the end of civilization, the end of humanity. You get to sit back and watch it. You're right in the perfect age. You get to sit back and just eat your popcorn and watch society collapse. Like, that's not really his jam. It doesn't make him excited. Not like me. I mean, I'm like totally all in. Like, let's just watch all this burn. Let's just watch this system burn. I got my popcorn and I'm just like, let's watch it all burn down because this system is broken and it's not working. But that for him isn't an exciting thing, which makes sense because he has just barely got to start his life. So now sitting back, why would you want to watch it burn when I already experienced great times in my 20s? And now I'm able to be old enough where I'm like, yeah, let's just let it all burn and watch it burn. But it just is really sad that that is the only justification on what is the point of living? What is the point of participating in this society? And my best argument is, you get to watch it collapse. Like, what? It's just, this is a messed up world we're living in, and I don't know when or why or how it's going to actually fix anything.
I wonder how things will actually play out. How will this movie end? How? Like, if it's bad now, how are things going to be, say, 15 years from now? Or even 30 years from now? I don't want to be here when things hit the fan. It's already bad now. 15, 20, 30 years from now. Oh my goodness. We're done. It's over. It is either we unite or we're done, honestly.
Very good question. Very good indeed. By the looks of your youthful picture, I would think millennial Gen Z. Either way, let me give a history lesson respectfully. Now, I am a Gen X, so I grew up in the 80s. Totally different generation. It was a tough one, but it was a good one. Yes. Anyways, I graduated from high school in 1990. The average gas price, wait for it, $1.15. That's a win. Now, in the 90s, there was a recession. It was slightly felt, but towards the end, boom, the stock market soared. The job market became steady. The economy grew stronger. Productivity on the rise. Inflation was low. A strong economy means growth. I could go into some other things of how the 80s and the 90s were, but we don't need to go there because the question was, when was America great? Please give me some dates. Just Google, when was the economy good? It's all there. It's history. Respectfully. This was a good question, though. What we do now affects the future of our children. You don't have to agree. That's okay, because freedom of speech, right? I respect your thoughts, you respect mine, and everybody's happy. Yeah, let's all sit back and, let the new president-elect finish what he didn't get to finish the first time. Because the last 4 years, my question back to you is, what made it great? Respectfully. Take care now. Also, our president was President Bush. I forgot to tell you that tidbit. That's That's all.
I miss when my mama was buying all my essentials for me. Just bought some deodorant, some toothpaste, all of that shit. Baby, I wanted to be grown, but not that damn grown. Low-key growing up, I used to think it was like going to be sweet, but now that I'm grown, it's just nothing but bills. Tuition. Dude, just ran out of toilet paper. Gotta go get that again. This is just too much for me. This is too much for me. I don't know why I used to wish just to be grown so motherfucking bad. I just thought everything was gonna be so sweet. I'm like, oh, lolly, lolly, I can't wait to grow up. Bitch, I bet you wish you could take that shit back now. Cause now you grown, and I'm realizing after I graduate, shit's gonna hit. Real bills is gonna hit. I think this is something now. Oh, baby, as I get older, I'm just hearing that it's gonna get worse and worse and worse. Like, shit's gonna just get more and more expensive. And then don't get me started about having kids or even building a family. Bitch, you know how expensive that shit's gonna be? Christmas time roll around, I'm gonna be looking at them like, oh, and you want a PS5? You want a PS5? Out of everything, you want a PS5? You couldn't pick the cheapest shit. You pick a PS5?
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.